I selected this simple furniture because first of all it's really simple, there is not much detail, and also I was thinking that I can show you guys how you can use the side elevation and maybe a perspective, and import snip it and bring it to SketchUp and use both of them to draw the furniture. But I did it myself and I realized this elevation it's not really in scale, it's just something to represent the side elevation. But when I scale it according to the height, this part wasn't 13 inches, so this is useless. But the elevation that we have here, the picture that we have here, it's pretty good, so I can use just this and build the furniture. So I use a snipping tool, but I prefer to snip the whole part, this area, because then I have all the information and there is no need to go back and forth between SketchUp and IKEA website. So see, that's the part that I snipped. So this image and the elevation with all the information. So then when I snipped it, save it, and I import it to SketchUp, import, and I bring it as an image because I just want to use it as a base of my drawing. So here you go. Then I just want to change the scale of this image. To do so, I prefer to make a group, then I go and do it inside the group. I cannot make a group of just one object, so I add a line, something like that, or anything. Then I select both of them, right click, make a group. Then let's change the scale right away. I know, see, if I want to change the scale according to the height, it's a little bit tricky. The height especially, I see it in perspective, so I go with the width. So the width is shorter and it's more like elevation. So what I have here is 27.5. So I go inside the group, I start the measuring tape and I measure from this corner to this corner. As you can see, I'm going to the red direction. Okay, you have to go in a well-known axis. Don't go and measure like when it's black. See, from here there to here, 27.5. Enter, and yes, I want to resize it. I click outside, I select the object, press Q to go to rotate, and I lock it to the red axis because I'm going to rotate it in this direction from the green axis to the blue. Now my furniture is standing up, and I go and I add some guideline. So T measuring tape, grab this line, place it maybe here, then I copy it, 27.5. That's perfect. Then I grab this one and I place it on the top because the top is more accurate, it's less perspective. Here I see two legs, so I'm pretty sure it's not elevation completely, it's going to the vanishing point. So then the next point that I have, I know the height of the furniture is 31.5, so I grab that one, 31.5, enter. And it's normal because it's a perspective thing, so it's not exact, it's fine. This would be the end of my furniture, and the leg, the height of the leg is 3 7/8, so I grab this one, 3 spacebar 7/8 give me the bottom of this furniture. So next I would just measure. The whole point of bringing the image is I can just measure some stuff to give me some idea. So to find out what is the thickness, see, it's almost 3/4 or 3/4. So what I would do I start a rectangle from here to here, then I start offset 0.75, then I use push-pull tool, I pull it, see it's 13 3/4, so I pull it 13.75, and the backing I want to give it a little bit thickness. Again, I push-pull tool, anything 0.25 would be fine. Now I have my box, it's one object. I triple click, right click, make a group. I would apply material right away because I would forget otherwise. So it's a white, so I select this one and I apply it. You don't see a difference because it's white. So after I apply the material, now I want to add the door. So this part is a little bit tricky. I don't need any more, this guideline, and I don't need this image at the back of that, but you know what, I just move it because I want to show you something. As you can see, the gap between these two doors and this is kind of the same. So let me just double check. I just go something. The darkest part probably is just the gap. Yeah, I'll go with 1/16. And see, if this is 1/16, here I have to leave half of that distance because I have it on both sides. What I would do, my suggestion would be I draw a rectangle from here to midpoint. Then I use offset. I offset it 1/16. Next, first I delete the surface, then triple click, I select the edge of the rectangle that I just deleted, and I delete that one because I don't need it. So here on these three sides I have 1/16 gap, but here I don't want to leave 1/16 gap. Why? Because see, if I make the door, see, actually if you find it too complicated, just leave it as is, then it's not a big deal. So see, I just use push-pull tool, push it maybe 75, triple click, immediately make a group or component, I don't know, because the door has nothing, so I guess even the group is fine. Now the easiest way, the shortcut that I find to have the same door here in the right place, just use guideline, and I add a guideline 1/16. So here would be the place for this one. So if I select this one, go to move, grab this corner, press Ctrl to copy, and I lock it to the red, and here you go. I place it in the right place. As you can see, the gap here is 2 times. So it's not a big deal. If you are not comfortable with SketchUp yet, I would leave it this way. But if you know what are you doing, my suggestion is after, let me undo so I can go back to this part. So after I drew the rectangle from here to midpoint, I use offset 1/16. Then I delete the surface first. This surface, I don't need it. That's the gap. Then I triple click here, because with triple click everything that attached would be selected, all the edge of the surface that I delete would be gone. Then what I can do, if I select this line and I move it to this direction, half of the amount of the offset, so I offset 1/16. Now I move this one 1/32. Now if I use push-pull tool, 0.75, triple click, make a group, apply the material. Now I have to find out where should I place this one. So I know the gap between here and the door, I want it to be 1/16. So I use another measuring tape, grab this one, go to the red direction, 1/16. Then I start the move command, grab this corner. See, this is move. I press Control. I want to have another door. I'm copying the door, and I can lock it to the red direction, and I just show any point on this axis. So now actually I go and delete the guidelines. Now I have exactly the same gap between these doors. So that's the way that I prefer, but if you find it a little bit complicated, you can leave it the way that you had. Now I want to add legs, so this is a little bit tricky again. I would just go measure to give me an idea. See, it's 1.5 diameter, so 1.5 diameter, and from here to the center it's 1.5. So let me see. If I go from the bottom, I use measuring tape, so 1.5, 1.5, then I start a circle. So see, 1.5 is the diameter. I have to make it half. So half of 1.5 is point, I go with 0.75. 0.75. Then push-pull tool. It's 3/7/8. 3 spacebar 7/8. Immediately triple click, right click, make a component. Why? Because I have 4 of them. And I would go and apply the material right away. Okay, I don't have the right material, but I don't mind. You know what? That's fine. Apply this one. Then you can just add guideline 1.5, 1.5, and select this one, move, press Ctrl to here, select both of them, move, press Ctrl from there to here,